You know, my daughter Victoria asked me this question last week. She said, Mom, why is there so many evil things in the world? If God loves us so much, why is there so many bad things in the world? Good question, huh? And I said, honey, God created us. He didn't need us. He was God. He was complete in himself. He wanted someone to pour his love on. And so he created man. And I said, and he gave man a choice. He gave man a choice. He poured his love on man, told man how much approved he was of them, how fully excellent and very, very good he was. And then he gave man a choice as to whether or not he was going to live in that love or not. And I said, Victoria, it's just like you. You're my daughter. You're my daughter, and I love you. I would die for you. But if I made you love me, that wouldn't be love at all. You have the choice. Are you going to love your mama back? Because she's never going to stop loving you. And she's looking at me. I'm like, does that make sense to you, honey? She goes, yes, it does, Mom. Love does not make somebody love them back. Love gives the person whom he loves the choice whether or not they're going to live in that love or not. And that's the choice me and you have every day. It's just turning our thoughts to Jesus. It's not a hard thing. This is not a hard thing. And if you believe it's hard, it's a lie you're believing. This is a simple thing. When you feel fear, it's in that union and communion with the Father and with Jesus that his love is made perfect in your heart. It's where all fear is gone because you have your thoughts on the one who loves you. I cannot tell you how many times I have felt fear and went to the Father and just, as a matter of fact, not too long ago I did this. I don't know why. Sometimes I go to my red chair, sometimes I go to my closet, but this time I was in my closet sitting on the floor, crying out to Jesus one more time. Father, this is how I'm feeling. I'm feeling discouraged and fearful about this. Help me. Help me. I need your grace right now. See, being honest with him, pour your heart out to him. You know what Jesus was doing in the Garden of Gethsemane? Pouring his heart out to his Father. That's what he was doing. Father, I don't want to do this. I'm scared. But not my will, yours be done. And so Jesus completely surrendered to the love of his Father. He knew his Father loved him. He said, Father, you have loved me from the foundations of the world. You have given me your glory as your love gift to me. He knew his Father loved him. And for the joy that was set before him, what's the joy? That was the promise. You know what the promise was? Us. We were the promise to Jesus. He says that we were his love gift from the Father to him. The reason why Jesus went to the cross is so we could be seated with him in heavenly places. He was already seated with the Father before he came to the earth. He didn't come to the earth so he could be seated next to the Father. He came to the earth so that we could be seated with him in heavenly places. We were the promise. Woo! We are the bride of Christ. We are the reason Jesus shed his blood. We were the joy that was set before him. Wow. How did Jesus overcome his fear? Union and communion with the Father. How do we overcome fear? Union and communion with the Father.